So this is my third time recording this video because my phone wasn't working and it just shut off and I lost like 20 minutes of me talking, which hasn't really contributed to my overall mood very well. But we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna apologize because I feel like, again, I'm not providing the best content because there were really profound things that I thought I said before that I'm probably not gonna be able to repeat. I need to calm down because I'll get really upset. And yeah, I'm already not having the best day, as you can probably tell. So let's do this. So I've been sort of having like a meh day. Like, it hasn't been amazing, but it hasn't been like terribly awful. And I was just thinking about how we as a society don't like to acknowledge that. Like, we love to talk about like the violent delights, the amazing things that happen so fast, and it's so great in those crazy highs, and we definitely talk about the lows and the parts that's really difficult. Excuse me. And we talk about the part that's really difficult, but we forget about the dispassionate silence in between that I feel like has contributed to a lot of my life and my character molding, because it's still difficult. And especially when we live in a culture that tells us that because we have clothes on our back and families that care about us and food to eat and electricity and running water and these basic necessities, that we should be happy, and that if we're not happy, we're ungrateful and we're selfish and we're rude, and it tells us that if we're not constantly and feeling positive about ourselves and there's no like tangible reason, then we're not good people, and that's not true. And people tell us that we should be happy because we have these basic necessities and there are children starving in Africa. Well, I know there are children starving in our city. In my city right here, there are children physically starving, but someone physical starving doesn't negate the fact that you are intellectually starving sometimes. And sometimes you are struggling as an individual, and that's okay. That's more than okay. It's normal. We need to stop pretending that it's not, that everyone is supposed to be happy-go-lucky and okay because they have these basic needs that everybody should have. And just by meeting our physical needs, like the things that we can wrap our hands around and understand that I have food and I have clothing, does not mean that all of our mental needs are met. It does not begin to meet any of our mental needs. We don't like to have that conversation. And it's very unfortunate because it leaves a lot of people in a lot of really dark places. I was supposed to be making a motivational speech video. If you know me in real life, you know that I love doing stuff like that, encouraging people. It's one of my love languages, and it's a way that I build into relationships on a regular basis, and it means a lot to me. But I'm going to be honest and say that I've had conversations with friends, with two of my people I consider to be some of my closest friends, and they told me that I seemed ingenuine in some of my videos, and that hurt, especially because I've only made a handful of videos, and that means that I'm starting a channel off a basis of something that's not me, and especially because I've struggled so much in my life to be open and be vulnerable and to talk about how I feel or who I am as a person and accept myself, because I do struggle with self-esteem on a regular basis, and some things in my environment make it really, really difficult for me to accept myself. It's not my family. They're amazing and I love them. It's it's a part of life. And I want to apologize to you guys. I'm gonna try not to cry. But I want to apologize to you guys because it means a lot to me, and it's really important that I be myself, and I feel like I haven't delivered on my whole goal as not just for your channel, but as a human being by not doing that. And I'm really sorry. And that means that I've been wasting other people's time. And I don't want to be fake, because I know a lot of people who are fake, and I've been fake in my past, and it made me so unhappy. I'm sorry for crying. I mean, I'm not sorry for crying, because that's something that's really important to me, to be comfortable with crying and letting other people see me cry and be upset and express emotions other than excitement and happiness. But I don't know, I just feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do better for all of you collectively and all of you individually, and for the well-being of a world that spends a lot of time candy coating things. I don't want to be like that. So the whole point is just to say that you don't always have to understand the reason for you being unhappy. Sometimes you just are. Sometimes it's a collection of underlying issues that you haven't been able to deal with that just kind of turn into a mountain, and it hits you really hard. And sometimes it's as simple as your brain not producing enough endorphins, or just being down on yourself. I'm sorry if you hear feedback. Usually when I try to record a video, it's late at night, so that, like, I'll try to stay up at like 2 a.m. and try to record so that everyone else is asleep and it's quiet, but it's the middle of the day, so I'm sorry. But I just wanted to say that it's okay not to be amazing. It's okay to spend one day being very, very happy, and spend the next being very, very sad, and spend the next being meh. Because we're human, we are complex characters, and that is the beauty of existence. Sorry if it's in a new position, but I kind of moved the camera, and then I realized that I wanted to add a little side note. Maybe you guys will probably notice that I'm wearing makeup right now, and I rarely wear makeup in videos. And it might seem weird that I'm wearing makeup when I'm talking about being like yourself and being vulnerable, but for me, wearing makeup is not something I usually do, but it's not part of my identity. So I feel like it's the same thing as throwing on a t-shirt. Like, there's kind of this stigma, I can talk about this later, but there's kind of this stigma in the whole feminism movement that's saying that wearing makeup is adhering to the ideas of the patriarchy, and I don't think that's true at all, and I think that it can be used as a tool to do that, but makeup itself, there are no inherent evils, only the way that we use them that are evil. So if I'm saying, like, if I'm wearing makeup because it makes me feel good, then that's just who I am. But if I'm wearing makeup because I feel like it's part of my identity, like I can't go out without wearing makeup, then I think that's a problem. So, I'm gonna continue wearing makeup in some videos, and I'm not gonna wear makeup in other videos, and we'll just see what happens. I've never done shout outs, but I just would like to thank a couple people. First of all, like, obviously my family. I love you guys so much. You are my foundation. I would not be, like, obviously I wouldn't be alive without the encouragement of my parents, but I would not be half the person that I am if not for the wisdom and the acceptance that my parents have given to me, that I hope that I'm passing on and extending to other people. I would like to thank Chloe for telling me that it's good for my channel to have dimensions, that it doesn't have to be happy and cutesy, and sometimes it can be serious. Sorry that you didn't get the motivational video you asked for, but I just couldn't today. I couldn't today. I want to thank Bella, because honestly, not just Bella, but particularly you, got me through this week. And it was kind of difficult. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to my A-Push class, because you guys are really great, and US history is kind of sucky, but you guys helped me A-push through it. That was so bad. I'm not leaking it out. That was really funny. Daria. I want to give a shout out to Daria for being my best friend, for being my twin, for being alive. Your birthday was this week, and 16 whole years is not an easy feat. Because sometimes a singular day is not an easy feat, and I love you guys so much. Not just the people I gave shout outs to, but obviously, I say this all the time, but I don't think you guys have heard it on my channel, but life sucks. It's really hard, and sometimes you want to give up, and I feel that. But it makes it a lot easier if you have people you can lean on, and there's so many people that I've been able to lean on recently, especially with just losing some relationships as of late and automatically being blessed with some really, really great people. So I'm going to tell you, encourage you to connect with people on a personal level, to be okay with being vulnerable, to be okay with saying that you're not okay, to celebrate your highs, to accept your lows, and to embrace the middle point in between. I want to say that I'm here, that because I know life is hard, and sometimes I know you feel like you won't have a network at all, even when there are so many people who are behind you and who want to see you succeed, that I want to say that I'm here. So I was unsure about opening like my personal social media to this, just because I don't know, like I like to keep my personal life like private, obviously, but I felt like if I extended that and opened that doorway, then there could be like one more person that I could connect with that felt like they didn't have anyone to connect to. So I'm doing that. I am changing my Instagram handle to match Fahrenheit. My channel name, I might be making a Snapchat. I've already have a Twitter and a Tumblr, but I don't really go on them that often. But I just, because a lot of you guys, like 3 people are subscribed to me, because when they threw their phones across the room, it accidentally hit the subscribe button, and I guess they just like were too lazy to change it, I feel. But even though the majority of you guys who have subscribed are people that I know in real life, I don't know what this channel holds, and I want to create a community in case there are people who I don't connect with on a regular basis, that will eventually like sometimes see these videos, and I want to be able to connect with them. And I think that through my social media is the only really like real possibility right now. So I'm doing that. It might not seem like a big deal to you guys, but it is, because for me it's giving a lot of insight into my life. Please don't use it to stalk me and be weird, please. Please don't. Please. I'm not just doing it for like more followers or something. I'm not doing it for the name or the idea. I'm doing it because I care about you guys. And so feel free to send me random DMs if you're having a crappy day. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this weird, I guess, tangent, rant, whatever this is thing. If you like it, hit the like button, and I may do more. I probably am going to do more even if you don't ask me to, but it would also be cool if you could like the video. So bye. Did you hear my elbow just popped? Homegirl's about to die.